Good day to you. Now I am going to explain the Noble Eightfold Path to you. The core of the Buddhism is found in the Four Noble Truths, and I have explained the first three Noble Truths in the video titled The Four Noble Truths. The fourth Noble Truth is called the path leading to the cessation of suffering, and it is the Noble Eightfold Path. According to the Lord Buddha's teachings, the Noble Eightfold Path is the main path that we should follow to get rid of suffering, attain enlightenment, and experience eternal happiness. To understand and follow the Noble Eightfold Path, we should realize the three characteristics of our existence or our world. We contact things in our environment with our sense organs, namely eye, ear, nose, tongue, skin or body and mind, and we build our own existence or our own world by attaching to pleasant things with lust, unpleasant things with hatred, and neutral things with delusion. There are three characteristics of our existence or our world. They are as follows. The first and the main characteristic of our existence or our world is that the things we like or love do not remain as we want. In other words, the things we like or love change against our will. This characteristic is called anicca in Pali language. The second characteristic of our existence or our world is suffering. Because the things we like or love change against our will, we have to suffer from dissatisfaction, frustration, and mental stress. Further, we know that mental sufferings cause diseases which cause physical suffering too. This characteristic is called dukkha in Pali language. The third characteristic of our existence or our world is worthlessness or uselessness. Because the things we like or love change against our will, giving us sufferings, our existence is worthless. This characteristic is called anatta in Pali language. If you want further information of these three characteristics of our existence, watch my video titled The Three Characteristics of Our Existence. If we deeply think of our life, we can understand that the amount of sufferings we experience is much greater than that of happiness or pleasure. We usually realize this fact or truth in our middle or old age. If you realize this fact and want to get rid of sufferings and experience eternal happiness, you should follow the Noble Eightfold Path. Now let us study the Noble Eightfold Path in detail. The Lord Buddha discovered the Noble Eightfold Path through his own experience and advised his followers to follow this path to get rid of sufferings and attain enlightenment. The Noble Eightfold Path has 8 factors. They are as follows. Right understanding, right thoughts, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. Let us study these 8 factors in detail. Right understanding. Right understanding is the forerunner of these 8 factors. Therefore, we should fully realize it to get rid of suffering and attain enlightenment. There are 3 kinds of understandings. They are as follows. Wrong understanding, mundane right understanding, and supramundane right understanding. What are the wrong understandings? There are 10 wrong understandings. Those who follow these 10 wrong understandings have to suffer sooner or later. Further, these wrong understandings cause the continuity of the sorrowful cycle of rebirth in awful states of existence. The 10 wrong understandings are as follows. Giving alms is useless. Fulfilling vows and promises is not needed. There is no effect of meaningful offerings. There are no good effects of good deeds and bad effects of bad deeds. Mother is not a special person. There isn't any effect of treating her well or not treating her well. Father is not a special person, and there isn't any effect of treating him well or not treating him well. There isn't anything called this life and next life. The effects of good deeds and bad deeds do not result in future births. There are no priests and hermits who understand the reality of the world, and there are no beings that are born by spontaneous birth. If you want to get rid of sufferings, you must get rid of these 10 wrong understandings first and realize the following mundane right understandings. Giving alms is useful and it is a meritorious activity. Fulfilling promises and vows is needed. There are good effects of meaningful offerings. There are good effects of good deeds and bad effects of bad deeds. Mother is a special person and treating her well is a meritorious activity. Father is a special person and treating him well is a meritorious activity. There is a life after this life unless we attain enlightenment by removing lust, hatred and delusion from our mind. The effects of good deeds and bad deeds result in future births. There are priests and hermits who understand the reality of the world, and there are beings that are born by spontaneous birth. These 10 mundane right understandings help us to be born in a good state of existence, but they cause the continuity of the sorrowful cycle of rebirth. Then what is the supramundane right understanding? This is the realization of the Four Noble Truths, namely the noble truth of suffering, the noble truth of the cause of suffering, the noble truth of the cessation of suffering, and the noble truth of the path leading to the cessation of suffering. The first three noble truths have been explained in the video titled The Four Noble Truths, and now I am explaining the noble truth of the path leading to the cessation of suffering, and it is the Noble Eightfold Path. Actually, supramundane right understanding means the realization of the Four Noble Truths and realizing that we shouldn't pollute our clean mind with lust, hatred and delusion if we want to get rid of suffering and attain enlightenment. When we realize supramundane right understanding, we gain the ability of distinguishing wholesome deeds leading us to enlightenment from unwholesome deeds leading us to suffering or hell. If we realize that there are three kinds of understandings, namely wrong understanding, mundane right understanding, and supramundane right understanding and their effects, we have right understanding related to right understanding. When we realize that we have got stranded in the sorrowful cycle of rebirth, we try to realize the Four Noble Truths and to get rid of suffering. To be mindful of Four Noble Truths and act according to them is the right mindfulness related to right understanding. The effort made to act according to supramundane right understanding or the Four Noble Truths is the right effort related to right understanding. In this manner, right understanding related to right understanding, right mindfulness related to right understanding, and right effort related to right understanding are fulfilled. Right thoughts, the second factor of the Noble Eightfold Path, is right thoughts. There are three kinds of thoughts. They are the wrong thoughts, mundane right thoughts, and supramundane right thoughts. What are wrong thoughts? There are three kinds of wrong thoughts. They are the lustful thoughts, hateful thoughts, and the thoughts of harming others. These wrong thoughts lead us to suffering and cause the continuity of the sorrowful cycle of rebirth. Then what are the mundane right thoughts? Mundane right thoughts are the opposites of wrong thoughts. They are the thoughts of renunciation of worldly pleasure, thoughts of loving kindness, and thoughts of compassion. These mundane right thoughts lead us to be born in a good state of existence, but they cause the continuity of the sorrowful cycle of rebirth. Then what are the supramundane right thoughts? If we realize the three characteristics of our existence, of our world, we realize that there is nothing to gain from our worthless world but suffering by bearing lustful thoughts, hateful thoughts, and thoughts of harming others. With the realization of the three characteristics of our existence of our world, the thoughts of renunciation of worldly pleasure, the thoughts of loving kindness, and the thoughts of compassion develop in our mind, and these thoughts are called supramundane right thoughts. Supramundane right thoughts help us to attain enlightenment, stop the sorrowful cycle of rebirth, and experience eternal happiness. Besides, we think with compassion, as I experience happiness because I don't attach to the world or existence with lust, hatred, and delusion. May the others also experience the same happiness. When we realize these facts of right thoughts, we understand that wrong thoughts cause suffering and the continuity of the sorrowful cycle of rebirth. Mundane right thoughts cause us to be born in a good state of existence, but cause the continuity of the sorrowful cycle of rebirth. Further, we realize that supramundane right thoughts help us to attain enlightenment, stop the sorrowful cycle of rebirth, and experience eternal happiness. If we know that there are three kinds of thoughts, namely wrong thoughts, mundane right thoughts, and supramundane right thoughts and their effects, we have right understanding related to right thoughts. Besides, whenever a thought comes into our mind, now we have the ability to identify whether it is a wrong thought, a mundane right thought, or a supramundane right thought, and reject the wrong thoughts. This ability is the right mindfulness related to right thoughts. The effort to develop right thoughts is the right effort related to right thoughts. In this manner, right understanding related to right thoughts, right mindfulness related to right thoughts, and right effort related to right thoughts are established in our mind. If we realize these facts and follow the supramundane right thoughts are fulfilled. Right speech. The third factor of the Noble Eightfold Path is right speech. There are three kinds of speeches. They are the wrong speech, mundane right speech, and supramundane right speech. What are wrong speeches? There are four kinds of wrong speeches. They are the lying, slandering, harsh speech, and frivolous talks. These wrong speeches lead us to suffering or hell, and they cause the continuity of the sorrowful cycle of rebirth. What are mundane right speeches? The opposite of the wrong speech is the mundane right speech. They are the refraining from lying, refraining from slandering, refraining from harsh speech, and refraining from frivolous talks. Mundane right speech leads us to be born in a good state of existence, but it causes the continuity of the sorrowful cycle of rebirth. Then what is the supramundane right speech? If we realize the three characteristics of our existence or our world, we realize that there is nothing to gain from our worthless world but suffering by lying, slandering, harsh speech, and frivolous talks. With this realization, refraining from these wrong speeches is a supramundane right speech. Supramundane right speech leads us to attain enlightenment and to eternal happiness. If we know that there are three kinds of speech, namely wrong speech, mundane right speech, and supramundane right speech, and their effects, we have right understanding related to right speech. If we can realize what we are going to speak is wrong, mundane, or supramundane, and refrain from lying, slandering, harsh speech, and frivolous talks, we have right mindfulness related to right speech. The effort to refrain from wrong speeches is the right effort related to right speech. In this manner, right speech with its right understanding, right mindfulness, and right effort is fulfilled. Right action. The fourth factor of the Noble Eightfold Path is the right action. There are three kinds of actions. They are the wrong actions, mundane right action, and supramundane right action. Killing, stealing, and sexual misconduct are the wrong actions. These wrong actions lead the doers to suffering and hell and cause the continuity of the sorrowful cycle of rebirth. Mundane right actions are the opposites of wrong actions. They are the refraining from killing, refraining from stealing, and refraining from sexual misconduct. Mundane right actions lead us to be born in a good state of existence, but they cause the continuity of the sorrowful cycle of rebirth. Then, what is a supramundane right action? If we realize the three characteristics of our existence or our world, we realize that there is nothing to gain from our worthless world but sufferings by killing, stealing, and sexual misconduct. With this realization, refraining from killing, stealing, and sexual misconduct, and acting free from lust, hatred, and delusion is the supramundane right action, and it helps us to get rid of sufferings, attain enlightenment, and stop the sorrowful cycle of rebirth. If we realize that there are three kinds of actions, namely wrong actions, mundane right actions, and supramundane right actions and their effects, we have right understanding related to right action. When an idea of killing, stealing, or sexual misconduct comes into our mind, if we can realize that it is useless and reject it, we have right mindfulness related to right action. The effort made to refrain from killing, stealing, and sexual misconduct is the right effort related to right action. In this manner, right action with its right understanding, right mindfulness, and right effort is fulfilled. If we realize these facts and follow the supramundane right action is fulfilled. Right livelihood. The fifth factor of the Noble Eightfold Path is right livelihood. There are three kinds of livelihoods. They are the wrong livelihood, mundane right livelihood, and supramundane right livelihood. What are wrong livelihoods? Trade in arms, trade in human beings, breeding animals for slaughter, selling intoxicating drinks and drugs, and selling poisons are the wrong livelihoods. These wrong livelihoods lead the doers to suffering and hell, and they cause the continuity of the sorrowful cycle of rebirth. What is mundane right livelihood? Refraining from these wrong livelihoods and doing some righteous livelihood for a living is the mundane right livelihood. Mundane right livelihoods lead us to be born in a good state of existence, but they cause the continuity of the sorrowful cycle of rebirth. What is the supramundane right livelihood? If we realize the three characteristics of our existence or our world, we realize that there is nothing to gain from our worthless world but suffering by wrong livelihoods. With this realization, refraining from wrong livelihoods is the supramundane right livelihood. Supramundane right livelihood leads us to attain enlightenment and eternal happiness and helps us to stop the sorrowful cycle of rebirth. Realizing that there are three kinds of livelihoods, namely wrong livelihood, mundane right livelihood, and supramundane right livelihood and their effects, is the right understanding related to right livelihood. When an idea of doing a wrong livelihood comes into our mind, if we can realize that it is useless and reject it, we have right mindfulness related to right livelihood. The effort made to refrain from wrong livelihoods is the right effort related to right livelihood. In this manner, right livelihood with its right understanding, right mindfulness and right effort is fulfilled. If we realize these facts and follow the supramundane right livelihood is fulfilled. Further, if we realize right understanding, right thoughts, right speech, right action, right livelihood and follow them correctly as described, right understanding, right mindfulness and right effort related to them are also fulfilled. In this manner, 7 factors of the Noble Eightfold Path are fulfilled. Right effort. The 6th factor of the Noble Eightfold Path is right effort. There are 4 kinds of right efforts. They are the effort to discard unwholesome qualities that have already arisen, the effort to prevent unwholesome qualities from arising, the effort to develop wholesome qualities that have not arisen yet, and the effort to promote wholesome qualities that have already arisen. These efforts are automatically fulfilled as we fulfill right understanding, right thoughts, right speech, right action, and right livelihood correctly as described. Right mindfulness. The 7th factor of the Noble Eightfold Path is right mindfulness. Right mindfulness is fourfold. They are called the 4 establishment of mindfulness and Satara Satipatthana in Pali language. They are as follows: the mindfulness with regard to the body, the mindfulness with regard to feelings, the mindfulness with regard to thoughts, and the mindfulness with regard to the doctrine of cause and effect. The fourfold mindfulness is also automatically fulfilled as we fulfill right understanding, right thoughts, right speech, right action, right mind, right livelihood correctly as described. The 8th factor of the Noble Eightfold Path is right concentration. Right concentration is also automatically fulfilled as we correctly follow the other 7 factors of the Noble Eightfold Path, which have already been described. It is like a viable seed making its stem. If we plant it and look after it, supplying it with water and other needs. Supramundane right concentration means maintaining a pure mind without spoiling it with lust, hatred and delusion. A pure mind can see the things as they truly are. Further, supramundane right concentration leads us to the first, second, third and fourth ecstasies, and finally to enlightenment and eternal happiness. As we fulfill the supramundane Noble Eightfold Path, another 2 factors called right wisdom and right liberation are also fulfilled. Right wisdom. The complete realization of the Four Noble Truths is the right wisdom. In other words, the complete realization of the formation of gratification, its drawbacks, and getting rid of it is the right wisdom. Right liberation. When we gain right wisdom, we completely stop attaching to pleasant things with lust, unpleasant things with hatred, and neutral things with delusion. As a result, we liberate from sufferings forever, and it is the right liberation. Now let us summarize the facts of the Noble Eightfold Path. If we bear wrong understanding of our existence and follow the wrong path, we will be born in awful states of existence and suffer a lot. Besides, we will not be able to stop the sorrowful cycle of rebirth. If we follow the mundane Noble Eightfold Path, we will be born in good states of existence, but we can't stop the sorrowful cycle of rebirth. Because the things we like or love change against our will, giving us suffering. The life in all the states of existence is worthless. But most people do not realize this fact, and they follow mundane Noble Eightfold Path, expecting better future lives, and they get stranded in the sorrowful cycle of rebirth. On the other hand, wise people realize that the life in all the states of existence is worthless, because the things they like or love change against their will, giving them sufferings. Therefore, they follow the supramundane Noble Eightfold Path to get rid of sufferings and experience eternal happiness. In other words, the wise realize the three characteristics of existence when they listen to the Lord Buddha's teachings, and they follow the supramundane Noble Eightfold Path to get rid of sufferings, attain enlightenment, and experience eternal happiness. In conclusion, according to the Lord Buddha's teachings, to get rid of sufferings, attain enlightenment, and experience eternal happiness, we should realize the three characteristics of our existence and the Four Noble Truths, and we should follow the supramundane Noble Eightfold Path. May you attain enlightenment.